The very first time I came in cross with pornography was the age of 12. And this costed me 12 to 13 years of my life. My entire teenage life was spent watching porn and masturbating. Hi, welcome to my channel. If this is the very first time you're joining me in this channel, I would like you to subscribe on the button below so you have the opportunity to get all my videos as soon as they come out. So in today's video, I'll be taking you on a journey on the very first time I came in contact with pornography. You see, I grew up in a family of four. I was the first of four. You know what it means to be the firstborn, low pressure. But in my case, I grew up in a family where there's so much negativity around me. Don't get me wrong. My mom and my dad were fantastic, hard work. They work hard. I cannot deny them of that. They work hard to give us the best clothes, food, and everything. But emotionally, nobody understood me. I couldn't connect with my parents. So the last thing I always wanted to do was to live at home with my parents. I always looked for a way of escape, somewhere I could just escape to, because it always seems as if I'm the center of attention. Everybody's always attacking me. That's how I felt. Guess what? In the place of looking for a place of escape, place I could call my own, where nobody could be negative, where I could just have a clear, quiet life, I came in contact with pornography. Where? At a family friend's home. The very first time I saw pornography was a family friend's house. I remember that day, afternoon. We're in the living room. The curtains were closed. Everywhere was dark. And the very first time I saw what it means, what sex means, I look at my penis. I'm thinking, oh, this is what they use the penis for. And I kept asking myself, what is that woman? What does she have? That began my journey into the world of pornography and porn addiction. I'm going to fast forward that a little bit to the very first time I masturbated. You see, over the time, from watching the porn, I began to buy material. I began to buy Playboy magazine, because then, back in Nigeria, I don't think there wasn't, we didn't have internet then, to be fair, there wasn't internet. So it was Playboy magazine and DVD, VHS. I think DVD was coming out then. Then I began to purchase all those material. I would steal from my parents to buy Playboy magazine. All my friends in school, what we're doing is just rotating the materials. But over time, I realized that something was building up in me. There was this energy. I felt like I was getting so much energy inside of me, but there was nowhere to release the energy. There was this day my mom and my dad were in the living room. And I think I was the only one. It's so funny that every time I came, everything that happened in my life, I'm always the only person. My parents were in the sitting room, my younger brothers, and I was rubbing myself on the bed, and for the very first time, I experienced what it means to ejaculate. I had a release. I couldn't believe it. I was saying to myself, okay, so this is what happens if I watch porn. All I have to do is rub myself on the bed. Over time, I started playing with my hand, and then I perfected this over time. Even talking about it now, I felt cringe in my body. I just felt like, wow, this is what I was doing to myself. And I began the situation of masturbating. Then I would have stacks of Playboy magazine under my bed, and my parent would never knew what was on. I never knew how my mom she actually said, look, what's on, let me just check underneath the bed. Of course, why would she be checking my bed for? So far the room is tidy and everything is tidy. And this began my journey into the world of pornography. At the age of 15, I lost my mom. Guess what? My friends at school then said to me, look, we've been watching porn. The next thing we should do now is to try it out on a real person. And the very first person I slept with was a prostitute. So in my head, as a young person, look at my life. Masturbation, sleeping with a prostitute was what I was exposed to in the area of sex. So I left where I used. So I left the state where I was living in Nigeria, and I moved to another state. Guess what? As soon as I got to that state, I was watching porn, and I was sleeping with prostitutes, and my dad never knew. No one knew. All this time, I was thinking I was having fun. Believe me, this was my fun time. I was buying materials, sleeping with prostitutes. My pocket money was used in buying pornography material. That was my life. I was having fun. So I think it was decided then, okay, you know what? I think it's time for you to come to England. It's time for you to leave Nigeria and come to England. I got to England. I never knew it was called corner shop there. The very first time I entered the corner shop and I looked up, I'm like, what? What I used to look for in Nigeria is right here in front of me. I think I spent half of the money that they gave me back at home on Playboy magazine. Then I then realized that, oh, actually on Sky, you can get it on Sky. Then I started binge watching on Sky. I never knew that you have to pay a fee. The person I was living with actually said to me, hold on, you're watching this, you have to pay for it. Boy, that was my life. You know, I was thinking I was still having fun. Nobody was disturbing me. Masturbation was going on. Binge watching on Sky magazine constantly. This was my life as a young teenager. Believe me, I was having fun. I mean, it was fun because I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have the confidence to go and approach him when I want to sleep with her anyway. But I have my own way. Get porn material, pornography material. But in England, in England, when I got to England, I never knew where the prostitutes were. But I will tell you about that in my next video. But I knew that I could get the magazine easily, I could get the video easily, and I would just masturbate. So that was my life. You see, this video for me is for parents out there. If you have any children out there, especially the first child, you gotta be sensitive with the first child. They're very precious. I know most of you might not say, okay, well, how do you parent? I'm not here to teach you how to do parenting. There are other good materials out there that will help you with that. But one thing I will leave with you when it comes to parenting is this. Be watchful and careful the kind of words you use on your child. It can either build them up or destroy them. Mine was the opposite. So let's take this to the next video. Where I tell you that from fun, everything become going down. My life went, but let's go into the next video for that.